It's that dreaded time in education world where principals are handing out pink slips or non-renewed notices. And so I wanted to address this on social media. I'm going to be doing a teacher talk about that. I hope that you will follow my teacher talks on YouTube. But I wanted to just address that because I made a comment on someone who was very stressed about being pink slipped. And I said, hang in there. I was pink slipped 4 times. And she was like, did another video. Tell me, what am I doing? So let me tell you this. I was pink slipped 4 times. And all 4 times, it was devastating. And guess what? All 4 times there were good reasonings for me being pink slipped, and there were logical reasons. The first school that I was at, they built another school, and the school that I was in had to drop 150 kids that were moving to that new school. Non-tenured teachers didn't have a guaranteed job, so I was pink slipped. I was non-renewed, and I didn't get an opportunity to just transfer to that. I had to re-interview for a job at that new school. Now, I got hired at that school, but I still was handed a pink slip, non-renewed. It was stressful. The next year, that school didn't have enrollment the way they were expecting, and I got pink slipped again. And I had to go through the interview process again. Got hired back at the old school. When I started in Fayette County, I started at a school that was a struggling school. And they basically, my first year, shut the entire school down, and everybody had to re-interview again. And I got pink slipped again and did not get to go to the renamed school with the new principal. The next year, I got hired immediately, and the principal brought me in, and she said, I want to let you know, I know that you are going to get a leadership position in this district. I've got to pink slip someone. I am not willing to pink slip another teacher, knowing that you are probably going to get snatched up as an administrator either this year or next year. You are going to get pink slipped. And guess what? She was right. I got an administrative position that very year, but it was still devastating to not have that job in March. So here's 3 things that I want to tell you if you're pink slipped, and then I will do another video on this with Teacher Talk. So if you've been pink slipped, first and foremost, you're not alone. You're not alone. Many teachers go through this, and there are many different reasons why you're going through this. Hang in there. Know that you're not alone. Number 2, and probably as important, you can't give up. You cannot stop teaching, get depressed and stressed out, be angry for the next 2.5 months because you still got 25 kids sitting in front of you, 150 kids for middle school and high schoolers, and you've got to hang in there and make your class and your kids as successful as possible. And so when you get that pink slip in March, you still got the rest of the school year. You've got to hang in there, and you've got to continue doing your best and show them how great you are. Number 3, and most important, and this is what got me through all this, and what I truly believe, God had a plan for me. I was not supposed to be at the schools that I was at. I was supposed to be at a different school. And let me tell you what, looking back, that was correct for all 4 of my pink slips. I was supposed to be at the next school. I was supposed to be there, and God had a plan for me. And if you don't believe in God, the universe has a plan for you. And maybe that's not the school that you're supposed to be at. And I know you're stressed, and I know it's something that you didn't want to happen, and you didn't want to have to re-interview, and you might have to move. And I know all those things, but the bottom line is there is a place for you, and you will land in that place, and it will be great. First and foremost, know that you're not the only one going through this. Lots of people do. Second, hang in there. You've still got 2.5 months, 3 months, and you've got to do a great job as an educator for the students that you currently have. And number 3, there is a plan for you. And it might not be at your current school. As devastating as that might be, there might be a bigger plan. If you are going through that process, hang in there and encourage those that are also going through the process. Make sure you tune in this week for my teacher talk about pink slips, and be ready to give your opinion.